This sure ain't the 80s or the 90s no more. That's for damn sure. Those days been long gone. It's basically like this, Brody. You either roll with it or you get rolled over. Catch on or get left behind. So it does me no good to, say, well, these times suck and complain and whine and cry about it. You just got to be blessed about it. Master that which you hate and carry on. As I sit here and I surf through the YouTube, and I see different content, and I see the person behind the camera, the one talking to the people, with their voice, giving their two thoughts and opinion. And at the end of the day, that's anybody behind the camera. That's all they is, homie. Just another person out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? So me, I don't look up to no celebrities, no icons, no entertainers. I look at everybody just like another person, homie. I don't respect all that. I'm thinking I'm better. I'm thinking I'm badder and tougher, and cooler than you. I'm not into that kind of attitude, homie. Everybody's somebody, and every dog has his day. Life's not forever, but if you're not careful, you'll run out of time sooner than later. Life is whatever you make it, homie. You got the power to create your destiny with the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis. They're all gonna impact whether you make it or you don't. All my whole life, homie, all I've ever known was the streets. All I ever known was the struggle. But by the grace of God, today none of that bullshit matters anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the ghetto no more. I'm not in poverty. I'm not in a broken, poison mindset, stinking thinking, that's how they call it in the system. I refrain from negativity. I resist the devil on a daily basis, And it's gonna stay this way, homie. Ain't shit gonna change, That sucker, the devil, always lurking and creeping and waiting to catch me slipping, bro. Don't get caught slipping out here on these streets, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake got caught slipping by Pino. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught slipping, homie. There ain't no rules in a street fight. As everyone well knows. Everybody knows this. There is no fair fight in a street fight. All bets are off. It's just about who wins and who loses. That's why, you gotta stay ready, homie. Unless you're just gonna willfully allow somebody to steal your life. That's a decision, that I've come to terms with. That's why I do my best to keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? And be that guy that's gonna say, you know what I mean? Hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. Respect, Peace. I ain't want no problems, We good over here, man. I ain't got nothing against you. I ain't got nothing bad to say about you. It's when you try to be analytical, too judgmental, and criticize everything, down to a T. That's why you gotta refrain from that bullshit, man. You gotta get rid of that mindset. Because this is how it really is, homie. Every single person walking these streets, man. There's 7 billion people on this planet, and I'm talking to all 7 billion of y'all. Each and every one of you got a problem, homie. Each and every one of you flawed in some form or fashion. Whether you admit it or you don't admit it. Whether you see it or you don't see it, that's irrelevant. The facts is what it is, homie. All man falls short of the glory of God. There is only but one that's righteous and none else. That's why he is the King of Kings. So I take my crown off on a daily basis and I hand it to my Lord. I put it at the feet of his throne. And then he raises above high up in the heavens, where he reigns supremely forever and ever. The creator of everything that is, was, and ever will be. Our Lord and Savior, you know what I'm saying? For the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are but one. One magnificent God that is love, that created us so he would not be alone. He wants to have a relationship with you, with each and every one of you, even the ones that don't believe in him. He loves you just as much as anyone else, if not more. He's eagerly pouncing after you. If you would just open your eyes and peep game, you would notice him right there. When you come from nothing and you come from the system, homie, you realize that it's not about what you add to your life, but what you take away that defines a man. Being stripped naked in a cell for months at a time, bro, with nothing in there. I know what that feels like, homie. In an icebox. You know, when I was in the Texas Youth Commission, I did this. I spent, you know, about 6 months in confinement, and there it wasn't like in the feds or in the county. There's no commissary there, bro. They didn't have no commissary for the youth. And you were only allowed 1 book a week, that was it. No 2, 3, 4, and you didn't have no mattress, you didn't have no pillow, you didn't have no blanket. You didn't have shit, homie. They started giving us these little thin mats somewhere along the way, but it still wasn't nothing, you know? And then times you would just have your boxers, a couple of set of boxers, that was it. And they got it like 60 degrees in there, homie. So, you know, I think I'm doing all right sitting out here in the caddy. You know what I'm saying? Laced up and booted up out here in the streets, homie. I would say today is a beautiful day to meet my maker. And go up to heaven above, you know what I'm saying? If I died today, I lived a great and prosperous life. And I got to meet my Father and have a relationship with him. So I can die in peace knowing that he's waiting on me when I get on the other side. Whatever that may look like, that's for time to tell. I don't dwell on that. What I focus on and I live my life is one day at a time. One homie at a time, one street at a time, one city, state, and nation. You know, technology, if you're not careful, you'll find yourself scrolling through this thing all day long. I think it's really affecting the youth a lot more negatively than it is the adults, you know, but some adults really getting poisoned with it too, you know. It's like, you gotta come out here and live life, man. It's not about being on your phone for 4 or 5 hours every day, you know. This message, you know, is brought to you by me today out here in the streets. And I'm praying and I'm hoping, homie, that whoever this video runs across, that it lands on the right hands, homie. And some real gangsters, some real G's that can relate to my struggle, to my testimony, can understand. And I pray hands of faith that our paths shall cross one day. What an amazing life, homie. You know, my wife, you be saying, She don't know how in the world she stays with me. My family say I'm thrown off and I'm crazy. I got hardly any friends. And I don't seem to fit in too many places, you know. But in the streets, that's what I call my home. That's where I can be myself and I can relax, homie. I can be me. Well, I found a greater relationship that's better than that. Where I don't have to have my guard up and be a badass and a tough guy and carry a gun and wait for somebody to get out of pocket, you know what I mean, to pop a hot one in them. I understand that's how a lot of cities, that's how you gotta be, homie. Cause it's a dog-eat-dog place. The respect ain't given and it ain't, yeah. Matter of fact, the only thing you can expect to receive in some places is disrespect. It's get tried on, you know? That's what made some of these neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, as vicious as it gets. As deadly, as lost as it gets. Because the fact that there is no mercy, there's no peace, there's no love. We gotta change that, homie. Love is what the streets need, but it looks like it's soft, it looks like it's pussy, like it's fake, you know? I'm gonna tell you something, homie, that I did not know when I was growing up. It takes a bigger man to turn down a fight with his balls held high and his heart planted firm as a rock. What that means is you turn down the fight fearlessly, with grace, homie. Not fear, but grace. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I ain't scared of no fight, homie. And that's coming from your Christian brother out here, Jaime G. I'm a Christian, but don't get it twisted now. This Christian is still whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? If I had to, and this Christian will take a whooping if he had to. And believe it or not, this Christian, homie, will murk your ass if I have to. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to admit, you know what I'm saying, that there is certain things that I will not allow. And I've already talked to my father about this, and I've prayed and I've spent time in meditation with him, you know, and it's something that I feel at peace with, you know? Because I don't look for that, and I don't talk about that, and this ain't something I freely share with anyone. It's something I keep deep buried inside of my heart. You know, that's why I don't ride around with guns. I don't have them on me. I don't have no weapons. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not seeking death. I'm not seeking violence. I'm not staying ready for that kind of stuff because I'm not around that type of environment. By the grace of God. You know, for whatever reason it may be, the area I find myself, I don't have to be like that. So why be like that? That's fake, homie. If you do not have to be on that kind of alert, then avoid that at all costs, homie. Because there is some places where that's mandatory. If you're not staying ready, you're gonna get yourself hurt, you know. And I understand that. I was raised around that shit, you know. I know exactly how it is to have to stay strapped, to have to stay ready for a fight, you know what I mean? Because the shit you did and retaliations you expecting, and because of, you know what I mean, because you selling dope, because you affiliated, and now your brother's problem's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Your neighborhood's problem's your problem. I've gotten into all kinds of shit that had nothing to do directly with me. That's what being an affiliate's all about, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, it comes with its pros and its cons, man. All that glitters ain't gold. That's all I can say about that. I'm gonna leave that at that. But I know it's been a while, and I know this was a pretty long one. Just wanted to touch down with y'all on this beautiful day and remind you that no matter how many opinions they may have of you and how many opinions you may have of others, all of that's irrelevant when you surrender and you sit down one-on-one with your Creator. All that bullshit theology and wisdom and knowledge and education you think you got, all those wits, your intelligence, all that shit goes out the window, homie. And none of that matters. Because having a relationship with God is a supernatural, spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that, and leave it at that. My prayer for you today is that God up in heaven open up the heavens for you and shower you with an epiphany of wisdom and knowledge of His holy righteousness. His love and mercy is waiting for you. He knocks on the door of your heart even now as I speak to you. Not I, but Him. That's the message and the prayer tonight. With all that said, it's your vato Jaime G, Freedom Lifestyle 19. Hasta la otra, perrito. Amor.